When a nosy HOA Karen destroyed my greenhouse, she thought she'd cleaned up the neighborhood. But what the city inspector said next left her jaw on the floor. Ethan Rogers, 38, a quiet school science teacher, walked into the HOA's community hall wearing faded jeans and a dirt-streaked work shirt. He was there because the HOA fined him $5,000 and ordered him to remove unauthorized structures, the small greenhouse he had built to teach neighborhood kids about gardening. Across the polished conference table sat Karen Whitmore, 52, in a tailored beige suit, pearl necklace, and perfectly styled hair. She smirked, tapping her manicured nails on a leather planner, whispering to another board member as she glanced at Ethan's worn shoes. When the proceedings began, Karen stood with a self-satisfied grin. "Mr. Chairman," she said sweetly, "is that our so-called community educator? Just look at those stained clothes. He's turning our street into a farm stand. It's embarrassing." A few board members chuckled under their breath. Ethan stayed silent, hands clasped, standing tall but humble. The room quieted as Mr. Wallace, the city inspector, a calm man with sharp eyes and gray at his temples, studied Ethan carefully. He noticed the calloused hands, the faint tan lines from long hours under the sun, and the quiet steadiness in his eyes. Then he turned toward Karen. "Mrs. Whitmore," he asked, "do you understand what this man's greenhouse actually did for your community?" Karen blinked. "Excuse me," Mr. Wallace's voice deepened. "Ethan Rogers built that greenhouse entirely at his own expense. It's part of a volunteer science program that supplied free produce to your local food bank over 300 pounds this summer alone. The children who visited it learned more real biology there than they ever could from a textbook." The room fell silent. Even the board secretary stopped typing. Mr. Wallace continued. "Mr. Rogers, tell us about your project." Ethan spoke quietly. "I started it after my students told me they didn't think science could help their families. We grew food together, we delivered it. And the kids began believing they could change things." Mr. Wallace nodded. "I see a man using what little he has to build something lasting. And I see a board more concerned with appearances than with purpose. Maybe the real unauthorized structure here is the arrogance standing in this room." Karen's face went pale. "I didn't realize," Mr. Wallace declared. "The HOA will cover the repair costs for Mr. Rogers' greenhouse. Effective immediately." Applause erupted around the hall. Ethan just exhaled softly, nodding. "Thank you," he said. As he walked out, a young mom from the neighborhood approached. "My son was one of your students. He came home talking about growing food and helping others." "Thank you for that," Ethan smiled. "Just doing what's right." The man who walked in quiet and worn left as the unlikely hero everyone now respected. If you believe people shouldn't be judged by appearances, like and subscribe to this video.